This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, attended the final round of the 11th Dubai International Arabian Horse Championship that was held at the Dubai World Trade Center on Saturday. The event celebrates the beauty and purity of the finest purebred Arabian horses, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed expressed his satisfaction at the event's organisation as he inspected some of the winning horses in the final round of the championship and congratulated the winners. Considered the most prestigious competition of its kind in the world, the three-day event attracted a wide participation from stables across the globe, specialised in breeding purebreds, and prizes for the championship reached approximately $5 million this year. The stallion Marquise, owned by His Highness Prince Khalid bin Sultan bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, snatched the first place, while the stallion Abha Qatar, owned by His Highness Prince Abdullah bin Fahad bin Abdullah Al Saud, came in second, and then stallion Al Ahab from the Ajman stables came in third. The Dubai Land Department has announced the launch of unified real estate contracts, which will become mandatory by the 1st of May this year in all transactions related to the buying and selling of property. According to the properties regulator, the new contracts are aimed at protecting the rights and regulating the relationships between the buyer, seller and the property broker. The unified contracts will be accessed via the Dubai government's website, where it will provide customers with 3 models of unified contracts. Contract F, which is between seller and buyer, Contract A between seller and broker, and Contract B, which formalises the arrangements between the buyer and the broker. Sultan Abouti bin Mejren, the Director General of the Dubai Land Department, was quoted as saying that having unified contracts between the parties not only avoids the misunderstanding and misinterpretation of articles that could have previously occurred, but it also guarantees the rights of all the stakeholders involved. He further added that the move is expected to enhance the competitiveness and promote the confidence of the real estate market. The European Commission is looking to strengthen aid ties with the UAE in order to help combat the global humanitarian crisis. And according to an EU official, they should also work together to coordinate humanitarian aid. This comes as the ongoing humanitarian crisis, particularly in Syria, and the role of women in these situations, are expected to be high on the agenda at the International Humanitarian Aid and Development Conference and Exhibition, which is running from the 25th until the 29th of March here in Dubai. This year, the EU Commissioner for International Cooperation, Humanitarian Aid and Crisis Response, Kristalina Georgieva, will be among the speakers, who was quoted as saying that the UAE and the EU should work together to coordinate humanitarian aid. She noted that the UAE was among the top donors to Syria, having pledged more than 1 billion dirhams in humanitarian aid, while the EU was the largest donor to Syria's humanitarian crisis. Georgieva added that humanitarian crises are not gender neutral and have a different impact on women, girls, boys and men. Women and girls are the most vulnerable in humanitarian situations. However, women should not systematically be classified as victims, as they have an important role to play and often contribute solutions and broker change. The UAE's 430 nurseries will be ranked through an alphabetic rating system by the end of the year and are being warned by the authorities to get their establishments in order to meet the new standards. According to reports, the ranking system will be similar to that of the ratings used for hotels, which will be based on staff and facilities. Nurseries will be ranked A, B, C or D, which will be visible at each entrance, and the system is set to come into effect by the end of the year. Moza Al-Shumi, the head of the Children's Department at the Ministry of Social Affairs, was quoted as saying that those found to be in breach of nursery regulations would be given a grade D until they improved. Establishments will then have 90 days to get their centres in order, and should they continue to flout the rules, they may face closure. Those found to be of low standards will also be given a D ranking and given 6 months to upgrade. He added that they have regular checks as well as a secret mum shopper. Global cruise liner the Royal Caribbean International has announced that it will sail the seas of the Arabian Gulf during the 2015-16 winter season, this time bringing their Vision-class vessel Splendor of the Seas. The announcement of their return for their 5th season came at a press conference today, where the 7-night itinerary of the GCC cruise was revealed. From December 2015 to March 2016, the Splendor of the Seas will cruise along the Gulf waters for the first time and will make 16 round-trip sails, starting from Dubai, then on to Muscat, Kasab and then Abu Dhabi before it returns back to Dubai. The vessel can accommodate around 18,000 guests and is expected to be one of the main highlights of cruise operations around the region. The decision to return for the 5th season comes in line with the recent announcement of a partnership between Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Oman tourism authorities in order to promote the Arabian Peninsula as a cruise tourism hotspot and in particular as one of the top 3 global winter cruise destinations. The cruise operations are expected to bring 32,000 visitors during the 4-month season. And according to the representatives from Dubai Tourism Commerce and Marketing, the operations will contribute towards their goal of achieving 1 million visitors for cruise tourism.
Cruise Arabia Alliance, newly initiated by us, and it is very important to lobby any. We working together, we are stronger to support and provide the best services to ensure the success of the operations in our region. I expect to have at least 1 million cruise passengers by 2020, and of course this is a small contribution to His Highness's vision to receive 20 million visitors by 2020. So this, as a tourism industry as a whole, this is very important part of the cruise, of the tourism as a whole.
We actually kept Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Muscat in the itineraries. Those had been very successful for us in the previous itinerary. Well, nice contrast between the glitz and glamour of Dubai and the brand Dubai versus the wonderful Arabian hospitality that you receive in Muscat, and then with the art and culture that we see in Abu Dhabi. So very contrasting. We feel with the addition of Kasab, we're now rounding that out very well with that very beautiful scenic part of the region as well. So we think we've got a nice rounded itinerary, which will appeal across the world.
And finally, looking to other news now, the city's gym junkies and fitness enthusiasts were in for a treat over the weekend with the arrival of bodybuilding power couple Dorian Yates and Gail Ferreira Yates here in Dubai. The appearance and in-depth fitness seminars were held at 24 Fitness Gym in Al Quoz and were organised by Zinna Events Management. Dorian Yates, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger, is considered one of the best bodybuilders in recent times, having won the sport's premier title of the Mr. Olympia, a total of 6 times in a row. His wife, Gal Ferreira Yates, an up-and-coming fitness model and physique competitor in her own right, was also on hand to give the ladies in attendance specialised advice about their own fitness and weight loss goals. Both of these athletes are firm believers in the effectiveness of weight training in order to improve overall health and fitness. And according to these champions, if done right, will produce results for people from all walks of life.
Everywhere I've been, it's the biggest emerging market. I think the interest now here is getting massive, you know, and you're getting some very good bodybuilders from here now. Got a professional bodybuilder in the top 10 of Mr. Olympia, I think is from Kuwait, around this area. So there's a lot of good bodybuilders coming out of here now. And you've got great facilities here, of course. I mean, this gym, I'm very surprised how good it is, to be honest. It's a great gym. Exercise is essential, and I think bodybuilding is, in my opinion, is the most effective form of exercise, a resistant exercise, if you like, called bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, to me, I was a professional bodybuilder, so it's a sport, and that's like the pinnacle, it's like a tip of the iceberg. But the same principles, the training and the nutrition knowledge that we use to manipulate our bodies on stage for professional bodybuilding can be used by anybody. It can be used by a housewife or a teenager or anybody.
Yeah, waist training actually, in my opinion, is the best for women. Normally women are very scared of weight training because they think they're gonna get big like bodybuilders, but this is wrong, you know, it's a wrong thought. Actually, it's the best kind of training for women, you know, because you can work different goals if you do weight training. You even can do training for fat loss, so it's the best for women. They just need to, you know, don't have fear and just do the training.
According to Gal and Dorian, having a supportive partner to share in your fitness pursuits can be instrumental in the success of your health goals, with both stating that they have each contributed to the other's success.
Well, my husband for me is a big inspiration, not only because he's a 6-time Mr. Olympia, but about his personality. He brings me more strength. He supports me whatever I choose in my life. So it's a big inspiration for me.
I think it's helpful because we lead the same kind of lifestyle, you know, we're eating the same kind of foods, we're both going to the gym, so I think it complements each other. If anything, it would be difficult to have a partner that had a different lifestyle and different habits, you know, so yeah, it's great.